Hey guys, looky what I just got. Yeehaw. This has been literally years in the making. I've been wanting one, and then, well, as per recent events here this summer, now I fucking need one. So, I'm not going to do any kind of an unboxing on this today. I am going to, however, set it up at a later date, and we'll get into it, go through it then. But yeah, that's what it is. That's what it does. It's not a baby, but it's not a monster. Main reason I got it is because my wife now works from home. Well, many people are now working from home. And this is a dual fuel. It runs on propane and gasoline. So I don't have to worry about, gasoline getting all fucked up and the thing won't start when you ultimately need the thing to run. Nah, this will do propane and fuel. Well, gasoline, that is. I got a couple of things that I'm going to do right off the bat. I don't see nobody else doing this stuff. So yeah, pay attention. You're going to want to, yeah, hey, you're going to want to stick around. I'll learn you something. Maybe a thing or two. Alrighty, it is now, I don't know, about 11 o'clock the following day in the morning still. I think what I'm going to do, we're going to probably set you guys up on a time lapse, and I'm going to unload and assemble this thing in, I don't know, 10 seconds. Sounds good to me, huh? Alright, I'm going to set up here, and yeah, that's what we're going to do. Alrighty, I think I'm just about there. Hopefully that was only mere seconds for you guys. The boredom of, well, this petty shit. I'm not going to put you through it. So, yeah, I'm getting ready to light it up for the first time. And before I do that, I just thought, real quick, there's no damage to anything. The only thing that I could possibly, I don't know, mention as a par negative, well, there's no damage to anything. Yeah, they're not quite perpendicular. Yeah, that's it. Otherwise, right out of the box, throw the wheels and the handles and the feet on it, and yeah, I'll straighten them out. Ain't nothing but loosen a nut and give her a shimmy one way or the other. But what I'm going to do here real quick before I light it up for the first time, I'm going to pull the spark plug out. Because I'm pretty damn fussy about this shit. Always, when you're putting steel into aluminum, especially with spark plugs here, hey, this is your friend. It's your best friend. Do it. Use it. Because steel will chew the fuck out of aluminum threads in a heartbeat if, people go a little crazy with them, which a lot of people do. Way too tight, and then they put them in dry, and, man, sometimes they really just lock up coming back out after the heat cycling, the getting up to operating temp and then cooling down, and you do that 1,000 times, and sometimes those plugs they don't want to come back out. So before I even try to start it, yeah, just hit it with some Never Seas, and the boot here I'll fill it up with my Schmoo, my dielectric grease, and yeah, then we're going to push the start button. I just burped it real quick without any gas. It does crank over, so if all goes to plan, it should light up. And yeah, I'm going to run it on propane, so I don't got to worry about dicking around with gasoline, because it will probably go bad before I actually need to use this thing. But I'm going to try and get it broken in here today. Run it for 4 hours, 5 hours, something like that. Drain the oil, get new stuff in it, and yeah, ride it hard today, put it away dry. Literally dry. That's the game plan anyway. All right, I'm going to set you up, and yeah, I'm going to blow through that, and Yeah, once I go to push the start button, I'll yeah, we'll tune back in then. All right, I got the spark plug all dealt with, taken care of, and all that jazz. The boot's all schmooed up. Now, I guess we'll just throw some propane in here. See what happens now once. I don't know if it matters one side up or down. I guess not. What I'm going to do for testing purposes here, big bada boom. Did you hear that? Sounded like a freaking cannon. Anywho, what I'm going to do here for testing purposes, everybody plugs a drill in or lights. I want to put a real load on it, and I want to see what it does with some real surge current. So I'm going to use a circular saw. I have a whoops, sorry about that. I have a Porter cable circular saw that I'm going to plug in, and some other things. I'll get a heater, a 1500 watt heater, crank that up. You know, really get this thing under load. But the circular saw here, that has an inrush current. I mean, it can peak like right around 15 amps. So you know, it'll level off. Like running load will be like 7.5, maybe 8, but the inrush will be you know, up there around 15. So yeah, it'll pull some power, and you know, it'll be a good test. See what the thing does when yeah, once you burp the trigger on it once. So yeah, I'm going to remove this microphone here real quick, and yeah, fire it up. Full choke. I guess so, huh? That's it. All right. So yeah, that's kind of noisy. Stand back here a little so maybe you can hear me better. Yeah, that was pretty easy. All right, I'm gonna give that a couple of minutes. I'm gonna let it warm up, and then I'm gonna start putting a load on it and go from there. Yeah, I'm not gonna make you suffer through that. I'll stop the camera now, and we'll get back to it when there's more to show. Okay, I have this warmed up, I believe. It's been running for 20 minutes. I just shut it off so you could hear me. Yeah, what we're going to do here, I got a space heater. It's rated for, let's see if you can see this, 1500 watts. So on high. So we'll crank that up. While that's running, I'll be burping the trigger on this guy. See how it reacts, see what it sounds like. Yeah, basically, I mean, I'm not gonna go much further than that, but we'll both be able to see and hear, and I plugged the kilowatt meter in just so we can verify a couple of things. Verify the amount of wattage that's coming out of the, or being drawn from this particular circuit. I had to plug in a little extension here because, well, the meter won't plug in with these buttons. They're they're buttons. Yeah, they're buttons, but they're breakers. They stick out a little too far. So it's a heavy gauge, I believe it's 12 gauge, little single into a triple extension. Yeah, so good enough, close enough. So yeah, I'm going to turn the gas on here because that's how you shut them off. Something like that. And because it should be fully warmed up, I don't know. Let's see if it starts. Yeah, all right. I don't know what this microphone's picking up, but that thing's pretty loud, so you're probably not going to be able to hear me. But I'm gonna turn the heater on first, and then burp the trigger on the circular saw, and I guess we're just gonna hear and see what we hear and what we see. Ten and a half amps, 1250 watts, and 62.6.7 hertz frequency. All right. Can you feel the heat? That thing's hot. So yeah, I'm gonna call that pretty good. Whew, I can hear myself think again. She's a little noisy. You know, nothing out of the normal, nothing abnormal, I should say, but yeah, I can hear it. Can you hear that? Yeah. All right. Frequency is a little high, but oh, I imagine that'll change a little bit once it's under a greater load. What I got? I don't remember. It was 1250, and I can't remember what this saw draws. Somewhere. 15 amps. I think you can see that. Yeah, 15 amps. So theoretically, I didn't put the kilowatt meter on that because I know the inrush current on those can be a little high, and that meter is only good for 15 amps. So whatever. That's a 1500 watt heater. That's a 1500 watt. Yeah, 15 amps worth of current draw there. So it was enough of a load. I'm happy enough with that test. Yeah, well, I straightened up these bars, and there's that. They all look pretty decent now, I believe. At least good enough, close enough. Do a quick walk around here, and we'll wrap this up. This is a newer model. It's the same part number. Well, it's the same model number, I should say, but it's the new version. The one that I actually, how should I phrase this? The picture of the one that I bought had the 240 volt receptacle on this side, and people were complaining that you can't plug a right angle cord in there because the wheel's in the way, and the cords are pretty stiff, they're pretty heavy. They updated that on this particular version of this model. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I cycled through the meter here. It doesn't tell you much. It just tells you main voltage here, which was actually, I can't remember what it was showing. It was showing, I think, a little high. Whatever. It was right there. It was right in the ballpark. It shows the frequency, and it was showing 63 hertz, and that's what my kilowatt meter was showing. I was showing 63 hertz as well. Like I said, frequency is a little high, but I think once you get the thing under, you know, like a 50% load or greater, I'm sure the frequency will drop a little. What I was going to do, I'm still going to do it. I'm going to create build a I don't know what the correct term of it would be. It's not a surge suppressor. It's a inrush current supplier. Power factor corrector. Yeah, basically it's just a small bank of capacitors that I'm going to plug in that will handle any inrush current. Like as for per example, what I'm going to run my house. I need this to run my house, but you know, anything literally, and I'm doing a lot of motors. So you heard every time I burped the trigger on this guy, how the inrush current would put enough of a load on the thing to drop the RPMs. This device that I'm going to build should more or less mitigate that. Yeah, I don't know if it'll 100% solve it or stop it, but it will lessen it to a great degree, I am sure. But yeah, like for my well pump, that's a motor that runs frequently in my house, and rather than, you know, having that initial kick on that initial surge current, you know, well, it's a hell of a hit to the field coils in this generator. So I can lessen that hit by storing that the bulk of that energy in, well, AC capacitors. But I think because this is already getting a little long, I'm going to wrap it up here. You've seen what you need to see. I'm happy enough with it. And next video, I'll do some wiring and build a box, and yeah. Oh, real quick, I got this on a promo from newegg.com, $800 with tax. It was free shipping with tax to my door. I'm in it for $850. So I didn't think that was a bad price for a dual fuel. Well, it's rated for 1200 watts peak. I don't think it's really going to hit that, but well, 1200 peak, 950 on gas, and naturally it's less on propane because propane makes less horsepower, but it's still right there. I mean, it's, hey, anywhere in this ballpark I'll run my house. So yeah. All right guys, that's going to be that, and yeah, cheers.